from typing class, which tells you how old I am. And the other one, like, does this.
I had
Oh,
typing
like,
class too with real typewriters, so
I almost
I
failed
don't
my
even know
typing
if they were
class
electric.
because the teacher didn't like that I didn't use the home keys. So I didn't use like the home keys like you were supposed
Oh,
to. I just memorized the keyboard, and
Yeah.
he couldn't fail me, and it made him so mad because I didn't do it the way that he taught me. It was awesome.
to this day, I don't use the home row.
No, neither do I. So.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Stream is live. We are on. And so, as always, we say hi, stream.
Hi, stream.
Ice
Hi,
cream.
stream.
All right, guys. Welcome back. I am so excited. I actually have notes this time instead of most of it living in my brain like last time, like we talked about. Really bad time last time.
But you always do so well with it.
Thank you. I've figured out that being a force of nature, being a GM, is one of the very few things in this world that I'm actually really, really confident in. Which in and of itself is a weird thing to say, but I am. Like, I can do a one shot with like 2 bullet points and a prayer, or I can like fudge my way through a game if I really need to. But don't ask me to do like anything else that confidently in life, because I never will. But, and we have our missing player with us tonight, the cyborg in the flesh.
Beep boop. My leg is healing. Beep boop.
We're gonna all at one point tonight tell Rowan to elevate. Just we're all gonna rotate. It's gonna happen. I was surprised how many people jumped on that on the Dodo stream when I said it like once or twice, and then it became a thing. It was like, Rowan, elevate.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when I told my my PT that, she laughed at me. She was like, "Good, as you should."
Yup.
Like,
But that being said, I'm going to kind of immediately turn the mic over to you, Rowan, because everyone else got a chance last time to give their very narrative sort of pilot episode intro. We got an insight into everybody's lives, a little bit of what's been going on. And I wanted to start with the same thing for Tufts, who we haven't gotten to hear anything about yet.
yeah, excellent. So, camera pans in. We see an overshot of Vegas, if you will. We are kind of flying in to one of the grander hotels where a magic show is being being advertised in a huge theater. You hear the sounds, the jazz, the dun 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 dun, whatever, to introduce the fact that this grand magician, a guy we will know only as El Magnifico, comes out doing his grand soiree. You see on the stage, he looks like a typical magician, big old hat, big mustache, twirled at the edges, with a full regalia of the white tuxedo, little red tie, and he's introducing his different assistants in the box that we all know, where they go in and they close the assistant in the box, saw her in half. Ooh, strange, wonderful. What's different, however, from this particular scene is that when the two halves are separated and the audience would be clapping, instead you hear a little boo! 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 Show us real magic, man! Magnifico kind of turns around and looks to scan the audience, where our viewers will see a little, like 4'11" maybe kid. Looks a little short with a giant magic hat themselves, probably a third of their own height, with a couple different suits on it and some cards like decorating their attire. And they go, "This act is shit. Show them real magic, Magnifico." The Magnifico looks stunned, and so the little trooper, somehow not being tackled by security, dashes up on stage, leaps over the audience, and pushes themselves up, and just looks around and goes, It's just two people in here. Look. And they take the bottom half, which is supposed to be just legs, and opens it up.
And if we
another-
were watching this like a normal pilot would, you guys would see another more familiar teenage pop out of the box with the sort of scruffy blonde hair and big baggy hoodie that we saw last time. And he looks around all, how did I get in there? Trying to make up for this very obvious farce.
And Tufts, who was just kind of standing there going, "You all think this is real magic. Ain't nothing about here is real. Everything could be determined by logical explanations and duplicative designs, all here to tell you exactly how these work. And my dissertation," and you can see as they start to talk about every single trick, that's when the security starts to get their mind in order. And you start seeing big bouncer guys on either side, and Tufts, realizing their luck has run out, goes, "Gotta go," and they run off stage left.
Amazing. And Tufts, as this kind of group of people starts chasing after you, you're in such a rush to get out of backstage that you completely miss a doorway that has a little bit of gold edging around it. Who does not miss this doorway is that same boy that was trying to chase after you, thought he saw you duck in here, and who grabbed the handle and then very quickly fell face forward further and further. But we're not going to talk about that quite yet. We're instead going to talk about Tufts coming out onto the streets of Las Vegas and narrowly escaping the security entourage that they had accumulated in the moment. But you managed to wile your way out, as he does often, I'm sure. And you duck down further down the strip, sort of towards Old Classic Strip, where like Fremont and the older ones are, and you have a lot more of the outfitted performers, the sleight of handers. This would be probably more your stomping grounds, where you sort of like exist a little more comfortably. You only really venture further up in cases like today, where you wanted to prove once again that none of the magic of the strip actually exists. It's just mystery of the mind that people do for show. And as you make your way down, you see someone you've never seen before. You're pretty adept with most of these performers. Again, you guys, this is sort of like a group of regulars. This is your stomping grounds. But there is a very pretty middle-aged woman. She has long, dark hair. It's that kind of dark black hair that's almost blue in the sunlight. Hold, please. There we go. Occasionally, my mic tries to switch over to my phone for some reason, and I haven't figured out why. So, fun stuff. Anyways, so again, gorgeous, luscious, big black hair. It's got that like volume, very like witchy kind of, again, dark black, almost blue in the sunlight. She's wearing like a simple sort of black tank top over one of those flowy, very like bohemian skirts with some like gold edging. And she's got a gold shawl around her shoulders. And she's sitting on like an overturned bucket with like a box in front of her. And you see that she's just sort of shuffling what looks like a tarot deck.
Takes a second ducking out of the alleyway and pops their hat off, their robe into it, and then folds their hat up and puts it into their pocket so they're in more street clothes, so that they will not be caught anymore. Taking their little rabbit out of the hat and plopping it on their head. A very grumpy looking rabbit plush. And they will instead navigate towards the tarot reader.
Absolutely. And as you get close enough, you notice that nobody's really paying this woman attention, which is a little weird. Usually pretty faces do pretty well out here. They get kind of pull the crowd in. People at least stop because they're nice to look at. But no one's really kind of giving this woman any mind. And as you get close enough, she looks up and she kind of stops shuffling and she goes, "Care for a read? The first one is free."
Why, of course, everyone likes a little bit of show business, a little bit of magic in this town. Sure. And Tufts will, crouch down like this, just straight onto their knees, and just goes, "All right, show me what you got."
Of course. And she's going to hold the deck out to Tufts and, say the best tarot readers always allow the person having the reading to do the first shuffle and to cut so that you know that I'm not messing or causing a card trick.
Of course. Even the best of magicians know that. And they will take the deck, tap it 3 times themselves, cut, shuffle, and try and sneakily remove a card or 2 from their pocket and put it in their pocket.
Absolutely. Let me pull up the right page here. I realized about 5 seconds ago that I still had every single Hero Forge page open from the other night when we were recording, and those now need to be closed. Not that I'm worried about you guys seeing anything, it's just making my computer run slow.
Fair.
I can
don't know if
only assume, Rowan, that Tufts has sleight of hand.
Yes, Tufts does have sleight of hand.
Perfect. I'm going to need you to go ahead and give me a sleight of hand, add your reflexes. This is a good reminder for everybody and for anyone listening into our stream. We are playing the Polyhedral Knight Wicked Pact system, which is a roll attribute add skill. So in this case, Tufts is going to roll whatever amount of die types that is on their sheet, add the number or pick the highest one, and then add the number from their skill.
Well, funnily enough, I have lucky 7, so I feel like that's pretty good for me. So that's 10 total.
Okay, perfect. You manage to sneak 2 cards out of the deck and sort of pocket them up your sleeve. You don't look at them quite yet. You just kind of manage to grab them. And then when you hand it back to the woman, she does a quick spread, doesn't even mess with it after you've done it, and just sort of flicks out one from the front, one from the back, and one in the middle. And pulls the cards back together and then turns to start flipping them over for you. She flips the first one and it is a 5 of Cups. She nods and she goes, yes. I see that your current atmosphere is a bit of a facade. There's a deep underlying current of personal disappointment or maybe regret for not doing something. Maybe dwelling on the past, something about spilled cups, things falling onto the ground, and the cups left standing in the background. And she's gesturing to the art on the card as she's saying all of this. And she very seamlessly moves over to the next card. She flips, and 7 of Cups reversed. And it seems like your primary challenge here is clarity. You need to go through a little bit of self-reflection, pull out of this self-delusion of sorts. It might be overwhelming to look at the real world when it's easier to stay within your fantasies. But that leads us to the outcome. And she flips the last card. You see the King of Cups. And she says, the king is before us. The advice here from the king would be to approach with emotional maturity. Look inward for compassion for those around you, but not just those, also yourself. And know that emotional turbulence is normal in the way of life. And it's okay to forget about all of that disappointment, the regret, the beginning of this, to move forward.
That's a lot of cups. You sure you haven't been seeing my room lately?
Well, the world is full of cups, half full, all full, empty, pulling from others. Cups is a good suit, it's centering around emotion and relationships. We do never know when a new relationship is going to find its way into our life.
Trying to come on to me, lady? Is that what we're doing here?
No. You are very sweet, but I loved once, and I will probably never love again.
Never say never, but not for me, at least. That was a cool trick. I like the art on these cards. Where'd you get them?
My lover that I spoke of, she made them for me, actually.
I love that. I love love. What can I say? It's the truest magic that ever exists, and in fact, the only magic, if you ask me.
I can sometimes agree to that. Well, I hope I amused you for at least a little bit.
Sure did. And they like toss out like a couple of dollars that they had filched from the people in the in the magic show,
Absolutely. And as Tufts,
as well as a schematic.
as Tufts turns to leave, you get a little further into the crowd, and you finally have a moment to sort of pull those two cards that you sniped from the deck, and you have one up each sleeve. So you managed to pull one, and it is it is the devil. But in this, the devil depiction is of a very beautiful woman, done up almost Elvira style, very like dark, alluring, and you see her sort of gesturing to a crowd of men and like luring them in. And then directly behind her on the art depicted, you see a cliff's edge where there is a pile of bodies, and so you can see the devil luring them in. The other one you pull out is death. And as you pull this one up, it is also what seems to be a very beautiful woman. And it's actually quite interesting. It looks a lot like the woman that you just left, except for she has face paint across her, a very intricately depicted skull. And she is holding her hands sort of right at like middle chest level. And you can see in one hand she holds sort of like a rose, and in the other she has some wilted petals. So it's sort of like the duality of life and death.
I think if they kind of look at these cards and go, "Well, I didn't get any of these bad endings, thank God." Kind of looks at both the art, like, and like takes a second, goes, "Nah, I'll see if she's here tomorrow, and I'll bring them back. But now I gotta make copies of these." And they will like continue on back to their house to make some sort of copies. In my house, I mean a very souped up garbage area.
Absolutely. And before we pan away from Tufts and we sort of filter back to the other heroes, you get close to your home, and there's a bunch of puddles sort of accumulated near where you normally stay. And, you know, Tufts, as lighthearted as he is, sort of goes to bounce between the puddles and sort of like do the splash and do the normal lighthearted thing. But the last one that you sort of hit on, he goes deeper.
Is it like mudslide? Is it like quicksand?
It's a fast. It's like thinking it's a puddle, but it's actually like a lake. So you just like,
Oh. And he's like, I don't know how to deal with lakes. I only learned about quicksand. Oh my God. He's like trying to swim up, but realizes he can't swim.
Amazing.
Oh, no.
And with that, we return to a very familiar elevator where everyone ended last time, with the mirrored walls, the slightly gold gilded edges, and all of you were sort of staring at your reflection last time, thinking over your emotions and all your things. The ride seems to be going down. Obviously, it's hard to tell when you're in an elevator that's making itself go and you didn't pick the direction, but you all sort of assume it's moving downward. And after a couple moments, it gives that very known ding of an elevator. The doors open up, and you guys are faced with what seems to be a dive bar of some sort. It's got pool tables. There's a bunch of round high tops with those very high bar stools. All kinds of bottles of booze behind the big horseshoe bar that's toward the back. And a jukebox that is currently playing an older rock song that everybody knows just a little bit. And every so often it sort of like fritzes and statics and then flickers and then comes back louder and keeps doing that occasionally. But you guys are now free to enter if you want.
Oh, hell yeah. Now this is more like it. Colt is going to step out of the elevator immediately, make his way to the bar.
Absolutely. Colt, you notice that there are exactly 5 bar stools at the bar. Only 5. And there is a different place setting in front of each of them. The one you particularly notice is a large sort of like fishbowl that has what looks like a slushy tequila sunrise, like some blood orange slices, edible flowers, big old umbrella on it, one of those like sparkly swirly straws, the whole 9 yards.
He kind of looks around at the other place settings, but feels drawn toward this one in particular.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sits down, takes a sip. Looks around. Is there a bartender here, or?
There is not. But if you would like, you can give me an observation check and add.
Sure.
You're a grunt, so you get to add your reflexes. Specifically just for observation, because it has to do with the difference in like how you read the world.
All right. Let me find my dice. 3.
And while he is rolling for us, does anyone else wish to do something in the interim?
Yeah, Aravin's going to step out of the elevator. I hope there's no one here that I have to kill or looking to kill me. I don't see anyone.
Nope, the bar is empty except for your group.
All
Are
right,
you saying this out loud?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Slate is gonna like be stepping out like behind you and immediately taking like 3 steps away, like sideways, walking around you, keeping like you in her peripherals.
Right to the bar.
I'm sorry to ask this again. I know you just went
It's okay.
over rolling for rolling. So I have 3d10 in observation. So I roll the 3d10 and then I add those up and my reflexes, or I choose the
highest one.
The highest.
Yeah, you got it. You
The
pick your
highest one.
highest one,
Okay.
and then you add
And
the
if you-
reflexes.
If you rolled a 10 on any of those dice, you can roll another one that explodes.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so I got a 12.
Perfect. You notice that there is a very large neon sign over the back of the bar. So the bar is a large stained wood horseshoe bar. It's got nicks and carvings and stains. Again, it's a dive bar you guys are in. It's dark, it's dingy, very well loved. But behind the bar, there's like a bar of like mirror that like all the bottles are sort of like lined up against. And in the center of those is a big neon sign that clicked on and flashing open now. And you said you got a 12?
Mm-hmm.
You also notice that underneath the neon sign, there's like a tray. Sort of like if you've ever bartended before, there's usually like a key tray or something where you can kind of set your things while you're working. And that's what that is. But inside the tray is a pocket watch. It's flipped open and it is set to 3 a.m.
Hey, any of y'all remember what time it was when you were brought here?
Afternoon. 4
Evening.
o'clock.
I believe I would know exactly what time it was when I walked through the door.
You're like,
Of course
it was
you would.
2:17 Central Standard Time.
Yeah, it was 2:17 PM or AM?
I'm gonna say AM, especially with the sort of like spiral he
Yeah.
was going into.
Yeah. I walked through the door at 2:17 and about 12 seconds after the minute. AM. So, why do you ask?
Well, there's a pocket watch back here set to 3 a.m.
Immediately just make sure that pocket watch is still in my pocket.
It is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
But as a freebie, because you brought it up, this one looks almost like a sister to it. It seems like not an exact replica. It's not the one that like your brain went to. It's the like this was probably the same maker who did this because it's the same like face setup. It's the same material. It's very what's the word I want? Reminiscent of yours, but it's not yours.
Good. Reginald is just gonna like walk around the bar and just kind of scan everything.
Absolutely.
But-
Reginald, you notice that there, again, what I said, there are exactly 5 bar stools at this bar. And your friend Colt was at the one furthest, sort of like diagonal to that open sign and the pocket watch. When you come to the opposite side of the horseshoe, the other farthest, there is a very ornate goblet. It's made out of not glass, it's some sort of metal material, like almost like a blackout titanium of some sort. It's something you kind of remember seeing at a place a very, very long time ago. And there is what looks to be vintage bottle sitting next to it. It has already been corked and opened, and it is sitting there.
Is there a label?
There is.
And do I recognize it?
Oh, you do.
Huh. They have a fine selection of alcohol at this place, which makes sense given where we are. And Reginald will sit down at the stool in front of that one. Not going to take a sip yet, but we'll sit down.
And Colt, you don't feel anything weird. I mean, this is actually probably one of the best like tequila sunrises you've ever had in your entire life. It's like the perfect slushy temperature. It's just boozy enough, but they knew their fruit. Like,
Yeah, he's already halfway through it.
absolutely.
He's just sitting there like looking around. The straw never leaves his mouth as he looks around, and he's just chugging away.
Other than avoiding me, is there something Slate was going to do?
I think Slate would again like kind of do also just a scan of the room, looking. Probably like go over to the jukebox and check it out for a second.
Sure.
And then if nothing's like super popping out for that, notice 2 of them already kind of sitting at the bar and kind of make their way over that way as well.
Sure.
And finally put her hood down from when she put it on in the elevator.
Give me an observation, and you are going to add your intelligence.
Wait, okay. That's 7.
Okay. Everything's kind of dark and dingy in here. In another lifetime, you would have loved this. It's like one of those sort of like just seedy enough dive bars that like you're comfortable here, but you know that like if you were to get into a bar fight, nobody would blame you kind of vibe. But you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary.
Then yeah, she made her way over to the 5 bar stools. And
Okay. The one next to Reginald, there is a crystal tumbler, and it's got 2-ish fingers of whiskey. The first thing that you notice is that there's not ice in this glass. There's stones in it. Someone knows their whiskey, and they used whiskey stones for it instead of ice as not to water it down.
Then, yeah, she'd sit there, kind of grab it, and like pour it once or twice, not trusting it to fully drink, but definitely appreciating it, doing like the smell and all that stuff, but not actually. And she'll set it back down.
Absolutely. Okay.
Aaron actually wants to take note of how the seats are arranged. Are they like in a row? Are they set up evenly around the U-shaped bar? Are they arranged in a pentagram by chance?
They're not. No, I'm not that cliche. They're pretty equidistant on the bar. So the bar itself, like I described, is a large horseshoe-shaped one off the back wall. And they're about equidistant around the bar so that all 5 of you could sit and kind of see each other.
Hmm. All right. He'll look to see what seats are left.
Yeah. The one directly next to Colt actually has a line of what looks like some sort of shots. And there's a small plate of fresh limes and a salt shaker. And they've been very neatly laid out.
Oh, I know what that is. Ooh. Someone poured some 1800 silver. Well, this looks like it's for me. Colt? Or, don't know his name, actually.
Is this the point we finally realize we don't know anyone's name?
Pretty much. He's going to look the guy to his left. All right, I'm taking these. And I assume there's 5 in a row. That seems like a good flight, right? Or is it a flight 4?
No, there's
Whatever.
5 of them. I was kind of keeping with
There
the
we go.
5 theme, so.
There we go. First one just down the hatch, no salt. No salt shake after.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Look around, make sure no one's eyeing my drinks.
Nope.
Little cocktail you got over there, eh? Turns to Colt.
Yeah, I love these things, man. It's easy to drink and it gets you fucked up.
All right. Well, can't argue with what a man likes, right?
No, you certainly cannot. People have tried before.
The teenager from the other room sort of shuffles in finally, and he's kind of like with one hand he's still flipping around that Joker card that he pulled out before that had the rabbit ears on it, and sort of just staring at it, and then kind of just shoves it back in his like front hoodie pocket and puts both his hands in. And he comes to the center glass and he sort of looks at it and he's like, "Well, I mean, I've never been a Shirley Temple guy, but what the hell?"
Are you old enough to drink, kid?
Are you really worried right now about how old I am here?
Just curious.
I'm almost old enough. I'm only 20. But I'm also from Vegas, and I've been drinking pretty much since I was 17.
Fair enough.
He kind of sits down and messes with the glass a little bit, and he looks around, and he's like, "Well, there's got to be a gag, right? There's always a gag."
I mean, gag.
For the road, you're supposed to do trials. There's supposed to be 4 of them. If you get through 4 without dying, you get your greatest wish or desire.
At least someone else knows what they're talking about.
Hey, I thought he was making a joke about drinking for the road.
No, I don't think we're going anywhere else for a very long time. Which reminds me, I don't know who any of you are. I'm Aaron. Aaron Hart.
Is that supposed to mean something to me?
No, just being polite and introducing myself. I don't think I should keep designating you guys as looks like a vampire, looks like she'd hit me, would hit me if I made fun of his drink, and will probably snap me in half with sword.
Wait, I thought I was the one who looks like vampire. I'm confused now.
It is
Well,
surprising.
I assume that y'all know who I am.
Not a clue.
The guy with the fruity drink, yeah.
Oh, come on.
The guy who didn't know what magic was.
Colt stands up and like takes a very familiar pose like he would on like any of the like UFC posters that he's been on.
Were you in one of the Die Hard movies, or
You don't look
I
like an
knew your
Avenger.
face was familiar.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
they know.
Wanted posters, maybe?
No, it's interesting. Didn't you have a seizure or some sort of episode in the middle of one of your fights and then disappeared from the limelight a year ago?
Okay, not exactly the thing that I was hoping y'all might know me for, but yeah, I did.
Well, you ruined plenty of people's bets, so.
If you're one of them, I'm truly sorry.
No, I don't particularly care, but plenty of the people I surround myself with were quite upset with you.
Right. Well, sorry for the hit
Sorry.
they took to their wallet.
so you're like an
Per-
athlete?
pretend like I have no clue who you are, and
My name's Colt Hayes. Yeah, I'm a fighter. I was a fighter.
Hayes, you said?
Yeah, Hayes. Hayes.
Hmm.
Of the Hayesville Hazes.
If
Slate.
you're paying attention, you might notice that Erevan kind of reacts to that, but makes it seem like he's not reacting to it.
Slate and Erevan, you guys are in the two middle ones, and Reginald and Colt are on the farther ones. So the two of you give me you can do either observation or if you have it, you can do poisons.
Ooh.
Did not take poisons.
It's okay.
I'm not sure what if is there anything I'm adding?
Intelligence, please. The only person that adds different is the grunt. Sorry. I have to say that every
Gotcha.
time so I remember it.
Gotcha. An 8 for me.
Okay.
And it's also an 8 for poisons.
Perfect.
That
So
makes
you're
a
going to get just slightly more information here, just because it's specific. Ervin, you notice that the kid that sort of like spoke up next to you, he sort of like swirled the drink a couple more times, and then he just kind of like shrugged and like downed it. And then he set it back down. And as far as you can see, it kind of just looks like he like drank too fast because he looks a little like green around the gills. Like maybe it wasn't what he was expecting. Slate, you know that as he kind of like slams that glass down and has this almost immediate reaction, he's reacting as if someone had like spiked the drink. You can't tell with what, but you've been around assassins and things like this enough to know when someone's putting poison in someone's drink.
I think when she sees that, she's like, it stands up immediately and like goes to start like checking and like how is he like, is it like foam, like what is this kid looking like?
He's got, it starts like I described, almost like you drank something too fast or you ate something really hot too fast, and it looks like he's gonna like puke it back up. But then as he kind of like opens his mouth to like exclaim, just foam comes out. And it's this like ichor colored foam. And his eyes start rolling back, and just kind of as you get over to him, he just like falls backwards.
I can't
Make someone
help with
spike
that.
the kid's
I'm gonna grab the glass because and try and just take a look and see if there's like any like remnants of something like on the bottom of it or anything I can discern of if I can figure out what was in the drink.
Well, the first thing you
Oh.
notice when you go to pick up the glass is that he downed the whole thing, but it is now filled to the brim again, as if by magic.
Great.
They've on bar tabs.
So Colt
Anyone
Colt
know what to do
being
with
in
this?
Colt
Pointing to
being from northeastern Kentucky, around the uh, the area where there's a large population of or a large it's heavily affected by the opiate crisis. He is like kind of familiar with like helping people who have overdosed. So and I've got first aid, so I'm just gonna leap over and like try to like see what I can do to try to help.
Sure. You can give me a first aid and add your intelligence.
Reginald is going to walk over to where Slate is holding the cup.
Mhm.
I'll wait till.
That's a 6.
Cool. It's okay. I needed a 2 because he did. Goodbye.
He was the only one we knew the name of. Sorry.
How obvious is it that he's dead? Okay.
Like very.
Y'all, this kid's dead.
Yeah.
Like I ain't a doctor or nothing, but yeah, he's dead.
Like good and dead.
Well, it.
Definitely some fast acting if I've ever seen it.
Reginald is going to kneel down. Well, actually, no, first. Can I roll alchemy on the beverage to determine would that work
Absolutely.
in place of poison?
Yeah. You could absolutely. Especially in this case, it's going to help you out. Add your intelligence.
All right. 13.
This is a normal glass of Sprite, grenadine, and vodka cherries that you are currently holding.
And I'm assuming that's a Shirley Temple. I don't know.
It's a dirty
I don't know
Shirley,
what
but yeah.
So nothing that should have caused what just happened.
Nope.
Okay.
You also know, I'll give this to you as a freebie. Colt just finished like 2/3 of his drink and has been drinking it for the entire interim, and he's fine.
But he hasn't finished
Yeah.
it yet, right?
I'm pretty sure
None
he
of us
about finished it
finished
before
ever.
he jumped to check the body. Because like as you look over, you see the empty cup is actually magically refilling.
Yeah, in
Okay.
fact, it takes a second for Colt to react to this because he's not processing that he just drank the drink, and then he's like, "Oh shit, y'all! I think I'm gonna die."
Well, it was quite a fast reaction. You seem fine.
Yeah, but I'm healthier and like, I'm like fit, so maybe it just takes longer. I don't know.
That's not fully how
You could always
poisons
just
work.
go finish another drink and see how that goes.
That's actually a
Emma.
really good point. Erevan also took a shot and is fine.
He's moving down the line.
Yeah.
Can-
You get to the end of the shots, you finish it, and by the time you get to the end, you see that the beginning is like starting to magically refill.
I'm glad you guys are taking care of that kid.
Can
So
I
just can't help-
make a knowledge check of any type to recall the information I know about the road to know do we all need to make it to the end to succeed, or is it just anyone who does make it to the end gets their reward?
I will give you that one as a freebie, but I will let you roll magic lore of whichever of your choosing and add your intelligence for more information. I will let you
Yeah.
know for free that as part of the like sort of lore, not everyone has to make it to the end. It's whoever makes it to the end is given their wish, their heart's desire.
Okay. I also have the photographic memory talent, which I'm assuming would be helpful in this scenario.
Yes, it makes it easier for you to recall information. During a campaign setting, it means that you don't have to go back through your notes. You can ask me a direct question, and as long as it happened in game, I can tell you.
Okay, I blew up, so I got a 21 of any knowledge, or history.
Yeah, cool.
Um,
Reginald remembers that the road invites specific people. It sometimes makes mistakes. It is an entity in and of itself. But everything is tailored to those individuals.
okay, well he did say that he's not a Shirley Temple kind of guy, right?
Yep.
I mean, what kind of guy is a Shirley Temple guy?
And as you
Maybe
say
bold.
that, a man with rabbit ears falls from the ceiling behind the bar.
Okay. Reginald is going to decide not to bring this kid back to life now,
Okay.
knowing that. Because that was what he was debating.
I think Tuft, who had just fallen their ass, just like stands up, rubs their ass, and looks around and goes, "Well, who the fuck are you people?"
What are you talking about? You crashed our party.
Okay, fair.
Literally.
Fair. I thought I was drowning in a lake. That was
You're not a
just
Shirley. You're not a Shirley Temple kind of guy, are you?
Oh, I'm definitely a Shirley Temple kind of guy, but only with vodka cherries in it. Honestly, that's where you keep the alcohol so it doesn't get watered down.
Huh.
You're
that didn't answer my
supposed to be
question.
here.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Now that I'm supposed to be here, Tufts. That's my name. Who the fuck are you guys?
I
You play
am.
pet.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Reginald Sprector, the 17th.
Reginald.
Ask him what time it is. You don't want to know.
Your
Could be
name is
about 3:07.
Call me
Your name is-
Aravan.
You don't want to know? Aravan. Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
Like,
Oh, that's our famous guy. You should know him, right?
Colt
Apparently.
just strikes a pose again, like you would
he's
on the
not-
posters.
You're the wrestler. I've seen you before. Yeah, you ruined quite a lot of people's bets before. But I've seen you.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I got to steal so much from all of those people who had bet so much on it. Know that. All right. And you. Pop knowledge.
Slate.
Light.
Forgot she was here.
What?
So freaking quiet over there in the corner.
Good.
Good.
Okay. All right.
And his name was Aaron Hart. Aaron Hart, pointing at the dead body on the floor.
Tufts, you recognize the boy on the floor. He was the one who popped out of the trick.
Nah, this is Legs here. He was the bottom half of some legs of a foolhardy magician in Las Vegas. Oof. Didn't get
What?
sawed in half, though. So that's positive.
I don't suppose you were the top part. Or you
Oh
were the
no,
magician?
I was the asshole in the audience who was revealing the fact that this guy was a hack. See, the thing about
Heckler.
truther, I would say. I'm an inventor of some sorts. I'm from Las Vegas. Everything in Las Vegas is some sort of trick. Every sort of magic, every sort of thing is just an illusion. It's all an illusion to make you think that something's happening, and it's not. Like, this was probably some sort of elaborate escape room that I fell into like a thing of, and now I'm in a bar. So underground, it's underground. I like it. New gig.
Wait till you see what happens when you finish your drink.
Aravan, as you say that, you notice that a gold envelope has appeared at the line of your shots. Colt, you see one standing next to your glass as well.
What the hell?
Yeah, gold envelope. Open it.
It will not open for you.
Do I see one by my beverage or no?
Not by you or Slates
Not by-
or the Shirley Temple.
Yep.
All right. So let's see. Let me guess. Let me deduce with my powers of deduction. Did you two finish your drinks?
Slate's walking over and just knocking hers back and putting it back down.
Yep. And by the time it's put back down, you also have an envelope.
Reginald will walk over to his, grab it, and just take like a long sip and just like savor the flavor
Oh, we're gonna be here all day.
of this beverage that he hasn't been able to partake in over 300 years, and then set it back down and see if that's enough or if he needs to finish it.
No envelope when you go to set the glass down.
It's a shame to go through this as quickly as this, but we got to do what we got to do. and
So
deal with
special
this.
about it anyway.
This vintage is at least 200 years older, I think, than all of you, and went out of production around a similar time. It was only in production for like one season. It was something special, and he'll just like reluctantly hug the glass and then set the empty one on the table.
Well, fear not. As you set it back down, it begins refilling, and you do indeed have an envelope.
Cool.
I guess
All right.
I'm the person that we're all waiting for then. So he bounds up to the drink.
Oh, hold
take-
on a second. You said Tufts?
Yeah.
You said you
Tufts.
think you're in an escape room, but what the heck do you think is going on here?
He looks around, looks like a bar, looks at the envelopes. We've been kidnapped for some purpose or other, for some grand prize at the end, of which some kookanani, crazy ass, magic loving person thinks they're gonna give us something like our heart's desire at the end, because that's what they all say in Vegas.
You're exactly right.
See? And he takes his hat off, grabs a straw out of it, a silly straw that goes like a rabbit, plops it in there, and then just.
Tufts, as you
Down.
looked around the bar, give me a quick observation and add your intelligence, please.
This is so good. Oop. It blows up, right? If I get
If you get the top
the
one.
top number.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 24. Nope, 28.
Man, I was hoping for that. Tufts, as you're finishing this drink and kind of like hopped up onto the bar stool and are like kicking your legs and doing as you do, you're looking around, taking everything in as Tufts does. He pays attention, even though people don't think that he does. There's three things you notice specifically. There is a framed band poster on the left side of the bar, back towards like where probably the restrooms would be if this was a normal bar. But the poster, even though it looks like a depiction of like a band poster, it has like the tour dates and everything. That top portion is the art depiction of the Five of Cups from your tarot reading. Second thing you notice is at the back of the bar, there's a liquor bottle that has the label that reads Seven of Cups, but the label is on upside down. And the last thing that you notice is that there's a big fishbowl at the end of the bar where people like drop their business cards at like dive bars and stuff. And stuck to the inside of the glass is one that just says in big loopy script, the King of Cups.
All right. So. I knew that lady was in for something. It's that lady I meant. The tarot lady. Of course. That's what it's gotta be. She's mad I stole her cards. That's what happened. Anyway, you guys noticed the band potion that her over there? The Five of Cups? I don't remember exactly what it means because I'm not a tarot person myself, but That particular thing is like the start. And then over there, that bottle of liquor, upside down, probably need to empty it so it's right side up, is the Seven of Cups. And over there, that fishbowl, right side up, is, or upside down, is an upside down King of Cups. So, my thoughts. My tarot prediction that happened earlier, again, charlatan of all the things, was Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, King of Cups. So I think something's got to do with that order. I get my envelope when I eat my. He like snaps off a cherry, twists it in a knot, and then looks around for his envelope.
Yep. Everyone now has an envelope.
Well, what good's an envelope if we can't open it?
Yeah.
And now everyone can open their envelopes.
Yep.
Now,
What is my envelope?
now, Tufts, I will give you, since it did technically just happen to you as a recall, the reading that she gave you was focusing on emotional vulnerability, talking about how the current atmosphere might be one of disappointment, regret, or sort of like scared to move forward. The challenge is sort of like a disarray of clarity, some self-delusion, and then the advice was to come at it with emotional maturity and vulnerability.
Right. That's right. Puffs will like kind of like twirl the little stem and say something along the lines of, I think we have to talk about our regrets or something. That's what I remember. Being emotionally vulnerable or whatever. Sure.
How long do you have?
How long do I have? Well, what time is it?
Oh
It's about-
God.
3:18 and a half?
And I got here around 3:10. So, based on a typical escape room schedule, probably about 40 minutes.
Oh, we don't have enough time then.
Oh, okay.
If I need to tell you all of my regrets.
Well, he opens up his envelope to see if there's anything that's in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone opens up their envelopes. Starting down at the bottom of my screen, Araven, yours says, "Never have I ever been forced to go on the run because of my family."
Oh, I know this one. It's a drinking game. What is it? If it's true, you take a drink. Anyone know how that game goes?
I think yeah,
All right.
or you like lose a finger or whatever, depends on the stakes.
So-
lose a finger.
Oh yeah.
Like, put one down.
Oh,
Oh, that's like child play.
Well, we're at a bar. We've got drinks that keep refilling. Mine says, "Never have I ever been forced to go on the run because of my family." I'm fairly certain that's true. So I drink, right? Fuck it. I'll take a
No, I
drink.
think you drink if you have done the thing. Like
Yeah.
Oh.
so like if you never have done the thing, you don't drink. If you have done the thing, then you drink.
Oh.
Araven just wanted another shot.
All right.
It's okay.
He drinks one way or the other?
Yeah. You see, as soon as he finishes talking, Slate freezes for like a split second, kind of sighs, reaches for her drink, and again knocks it fully back and puts it down. Not saying a word, just drinks.
Awesome. One of the lights over top of the bar, which up to this point have all been out, turns on.
I think we're doing it right. What does mine say?
Good.
Tufts, yours says, "Never have I ever envied the life of my sister, but now realize how much I never wanted it."
Like
flip
now, just like smirking and watching the rest of you because she's like, "I did mine. Who's next?"
I was first. Ha.
Colt looks around and
I don't have
Leans-
a sister, so I take a drink, right?
leans forward,
Oh, dear.
leans forward, and takes a sip of his drink, and continues sipping until the entire bowl is empty.
And another light turns on.
I'll read
You have a
mine.
fun sister? Is that why?
What'd you say?
I said you have a fun sister.
I had a powerful sister.
Reginald, yours says, "Never have I ever wrote a best-selling novel, but was too scared to admit it."
Any of you guys authors? Like, I'll read that out loud and then comment on that.
Fuck no, I'm supposed to drink, right? Aravan will take another shot.
Yep. And a light turns on.
You're not playing this game right, but just
Every time I've taken a drink, a light has gone on.
That's the logic.
You can't deny that.
obviously.
That is accurate.
You're
Unfortunately.
not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Okay. Slate
All right,
toward
maybe
Colt.
maybe I have written a book.
What was it
Maybe
about?
that one was for me. All about heaven, hell, the bullshit, entrance being hidden by man. Crazy shit my aunt used to say that may not have been all that crazy.
The jukebox starts playing Highway to Hell.
I need the stairway to heaven, god damn it. Oh, that's kind of an oxymoron, wasn't it?
Tufts is upside down, like,
Yeah.
Slate will open her envelope.
Inside it
And-
says,
Yeah.
"Never have I ever been victim of a duplicity spell gone wrong."
Chug, 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 chug.
I still got two shots in my flight.
Yeah, right.
I'm supposed to take a drink.
And a light turns on. It's all Aravan, obviously.
Oh dear.
Yeah, these all seem to just apply to one of us. That's interesting.
All right. Well,
Wait a
y'all
sec.
know I don't know magic, so what's a duplicity spell?
I mean, do you understand the concepts of copy paste?
Yeah.
Imagine doing that to a person, and then doing it again, and again. And
So
again.
you got cloned.
That's a word for it.
The 17th,
But
huh?
yes,
oh.
Oh, so you don't have 16
Oh.
ancestors, you got 16 clones.
The
More than
jukebox starts playing I'm All Alone.
more than 16 clones, but 16 in my direct lineage, so to speak. Yes.
So are you the clone or the original?
Oh, the
What
original.
does it matter at
dead
this
for a
point?
few hundred years.
Oh.
Interesting.
But yes, I am. Yeah, we're all clones. Well, all. Whatever, you know.
So I'm guessing this next one's about the little boy here.
Me too. I wonder what I'm gonna say.
Let's
Who's got
find
an
out.
envelope left to read.
Colt, you open your envelope, and inside over top of the wording in parentheses, it says, you get to decide if you want to lie about this or not. And then underneath it, it says, never have I ever had my magic bound by a very powerful entity for my own protection.
Never have I ever eaten candy off the sidewalk.
Oh, god damn it. How did you know?
The letter just told me.
And the fifth light lights up.
Wait a sec. I haven't finished my last shot. God.
Oh,
Yeah.
shocking. They weren't all about you. Who could have seen this coming?
Who
All
could
right,
have
Mr.
possibly known?
There's 17 of me.
Not anymore.
Nothing's about you. It's all about all the rest of y'all.
Tufts. The jukebox starts playing Mr. Brightside for some reason.
Do, 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 do. He takes out his little stuffed white animal, or grumpy rabbit, and just goes do 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 do.
I am in hell.
The bar shakes a little bit when you say that.
We know we're not.
The lights brighten just a little bit.
Like, we're on
All right,
the road.
so that's it. Was that the challenge? We just had to be honest about the things that happened to us.
The bar shakes again.
This might
Doubt
be the signal that we have to get out of here. Tuft looks around, see if there's like a way out. Door, portal, puddle.
The elevator doors are still there, and they haven't closed the entire time, but the lights up at the top are completely dark. Everyone here remembers that when it opened the first time, they lit up.
I
All
think
the lights above
Slate-
the
Go ahead.
bar are lit up currently, right?
Yes.
We're supposed to go through the bar.
Yeah, Slate's gonna hop the bar and go
Yes.
like behind it where like the barkeep would be, and kind of just like starting at like Reginald and her side and slowly kind of make just like a U, just like following it around to like where Colt is sitting.
When you get to the opposite side where that fishbowl was, that Tufts pointed out that all the like business cards and stuff were, sitting right at the top of all of those business cards is a very pretty tarot card that has a gorgeous woman depicted as death with a skull painted across her face, holding a rose in one hand and dead flowers in the other.
Interesting. Slate's not gonna mention that and keep turning back around to where Colt was sitting, because she wants to know what she wants to look at his envelope card.
Okay.
Because everyone else's was kind of deep, and his was just the tiniest bit stupid.
Absolutely. So you have two ways that you could do this. You can try and do sleight of hand, or you can try and do stealth. It's kind of dependent on how you want to flavor what you're going to do to try and get this envelope away from him. And it's going to be a bit of an opposed roll, because he's going to basically be able to do something in return.
I think it'll probably do stealth, and just kind of like kind of doing it like more as they're first walking by, just kind of like keeping their hand out, not fully looking. And because it's also really dark, just pull a little bit of the shadows out and use that a little bit.
Okay. So you're going to roll your stealth. And because you're using the shadows a little bit, you're going to want to add whatever of your attributes is for your shade magic. I think it's willpower. Remind me if I'm wrong.
I don't know, where would I look to find that?
I have the book. Hold on. It's just going to be easier if I flip through. All right. Let's see.
It's reflexes for shadows.
I couldn't remember if it was reflexes or willpower because I always get them mixed up. I always want to say it's one and it's actually the other.
Reflexes, yeah.
Perfect. So add your reflexes.
Okay, cool.
Yep. I should know that. I played that in the audio drama.
Okay.
Now, Colt, you are going to get a chance to notice what she's doing because it is right in front of you. So you're going to basically give an observation, but you are going to add your intelligence with this one instead of your reflexes like normal.
Okay, that. You said if I rolled a 10, I roll one more, right?
And add to it, yes.
Okay. 16.
I also got a 16. I exploded.
Oh gosh.
Okay. So there's two ways we can do this. I can roll. I can give one of you evens and one of you odds. Or you can do a reroll and basically roll off again.
Or you two determine what the most interesting outcome is.
That's true.
I'm fine rolling again, or
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine just rolling again.
Okay.
okay.
That was only a 10.
That was a 13 for me.
So I'm going to say in this instance, narratively, you kind of tried to do it on your first pass and it didn't really work because you saw he clocked you. So then you pay attention to the fishbowl.
Yeah.
And that's what Colt notices is he notices you stop at the fishbowl and they're paying attention to it. So then on your pass back, you're able to kind of swipe the envelope and your shadow puts it in your back pocket, behind your cloak. But Colt, you do notice that there is a card in the fishbowl that wasn't there before.
As I keep walking around, there's now Slate will kind of bring up. Yeah, there's kind of pointing to Tufts. You said stuff about tarot cards, kid. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I got these two nifty ones from this tarot reader that I got.
You
Devil
have one.
and where'd my other one go?
I think it's in the fishbowl.
Colt picks up the death card.
Can I see that
So
one?
So you brought the tarot cards.
Well, technically, I filled the tarot cards, but I guess kind of, sort of, a little bit, tiny bit, maybe a little bit.
Reginald
Let me
is
see
gonna
that one.
walk over to the bottle with the 7 of cups on it, I think it was.
Mhm.
And just check it out.
Sure. As you pick it up, there's a card on the bottom.
Like a 7 of cups tarot card.
It's a tarot card.
Okay.
What tarot card is it?
I think we're fine. I think Emma's figuring that out right now.
I'm just pulling up my notes, but yes.
Okay.
It is. There we go. It is the 10 of Swords.
Okay. I'll grab the card and set the bottle back down. Is the bottle filled with something, or is it empty?
It's about half full.
Okay. Did we happen to clock visually earlier how full, like, did it look half full earlier? Did it-
I don't think anyone strictly paid attention to that,
I know.
but given your photographic memory, that's an easy peasy one to give to you, which is that it's definitely less full than it was earlier.
Okay. I'll set it back down. And then walk back to my chair, just like holding the Ten of Swords. And then take a sip from my drink.
I think Tough like rolls over, like does a like somersault, and then like pops up in front of the poster to see if there's anything particular either behind it or around it or whatever.
Yep. So you immediately see a card that is pressed backward. So like you can see the kind of like painted back of it in the frame down at the bottom. And then when you kind of like, I imagine just sort of like bouncing around and like looking and you pull it forward, another one comes falling off the back of the frame.
And I catch that one, like two fingers, pull it up and look at it.
So they're the same card, but the one that was in the frame was right side up, and the one that fell down that you caught was in reverse.
Anyone here know tarot?
I don't. I mean, I got some info on it, but not something I've studied a lot.
I dated a girl named Tara once.
Totally counts.
Close enough.
Would
Was she your sister too?
No, chuckle fuck. My sister's name was Lyra.
Oh, yeah. I knew that. What do you want to know about tarot, kid?
We got this one, and then we got that one, and then we got that one. What do they mean?
What are the
Just think
two
I
that
could-
Tufts is holding?
Eight of Swords.
Reverse? Eight of Swords
Eight of
reverse.
Swords. Okay.
Is this something I could roll on occultism?
Absolutely. Anyone who has occultism is more than
Because-
welcome to give a roll and add your
because-
intelligence.
Because
Yeah, I
I
was
don't know, but
It's okay.
Erevan has it.
Didn't you guys study up on your
Um,
tarot readings? Man. It's okay.
I've got a 12.
6.
Perfect.
I got a 14.
Okay. 12, 14. Someone said 6, I think.
Yeah, cult.
Do the other two want to roll, or are you just kind of waiting to see what happens?
I don't have it.
Tuft, I think, is canonically not gonna know.
Tufts also canonically doesn't care. Is now like trying to make a triangle out of the cards to see if they'll like stand
Yep.
up.
In fact, is doing like a card tower, and then putting their bunny on top of it.
If Slate sees all three of the other, like all of them, like not focused on her, she'll just quickly read the card and then put it back where she found it.
Yep. And the card says exactly the same thing that I said earlier. In parentheses, you can decide to lie about this, and then the never have I ever.
And then she'll put it back where Colt had put it.
Between the three of you, kind of cobbling together a lot of information and having some experience, the Ten of Swords generally indicates not only a painful ending, but sort of like a painful transition. It has to do with that basically bringing something to an end, but also bringing something new, but it is through pain instead of like usually when you have a new beginning, it's an optimistic thing. The 8 regular or standard is feelings of being trapped, sort of a helplessness, needing to try and move towards something better. And then the swords in reverse is an actual breaking free moment. It's the opposite of that first one, which is again those like helpless feelings. The reversed is finally having the relief, finally being able to break free.
All right, Emma.
Mhm.
I would like to use intuition and ask you the question. Does us saying truths about ourselves progress this trial?
Somewhat. And once again, breaking the rule of yes and no, because I apparently don't know how to do that. And also, I'm the force of nature. I can do whatever the hell I want. Anyways, and
Exactly.
I'm a benevolent force of nature.
Yes, you are.
The gut feeling, the voice in your head, again, whatever you've decided this intuition is for you, possibly the whisper of that person you're so scared of, who knows,
Yeah.
is telling you that when Tufts explained the tarot reading to you, the final portion he said was through emotional vulnerability. So you guys have admitted to these truths because they're true. There's no way around them. They're fact. But you haven't really talked about. You haven't really been vulnerable and admitted like why they're important.
Okay. All right. So, who's down for a therapy session?
Oh boy, therapy? My favorite. I will happily tell you everything. So, what do you want to know specifically about? My
Apparently,
childhood.
well, I'm getting the distinct impression that the subject matter of these cards we read off is something that, while we've admitted is true, we need to be a little bit more vulnerable and open about in order to complete this trial of emotion.
Ah, that makes sense.
Apparently Tufts is going to have to tell us why eating candy off the sidewalk gave him a tummy ache.
I don't know.
It wasn't a tummy ache. It was, look, okay, so eating candy off the sidewalk. You'd think, just a kid thing to do. But it was the last time I had seen my mom beforehand. She has a very tough job, you know, working late nights. But she took me to get some candy, and then, it was my favorite type, my favorite candy, the little strawberry ones that you get from like grandma houses and inside of grandpa pockets. And the thing was, here's the thing, somebody knocked them into me, and I dropped them all on the floor. And again, this is the last bit of candy that my mom had last gotten me. So of course I was gonna eat it around the ground, because what else was I supposed to do? Waste the last present that she ever gave me ever in my entire life? No, so I ate some shitty ass candy off the ground. Is that emotional enough for you? Does that explain?
Tufts, the light over
Why-
top of you turns green.
I went therapy. Your turn.
Great. So not only do you have to know that I wrote a book, I have to tell you why. Ugh. Fine. So I was into drugs. Mostly the stuff called starch. Kicks your brain into overdrive. It makes you not just see things or feel things, but, well, an addict will tell you it opens up your mind to the real truth of the universe, right? All the shit that I learned growing up from my mom, from my aunt. Heaven, hell, angels, demons. It's all true. Fuck. I did something stupid. I made a deal with the demon, devil, I don't know what you even want to call him. He made me his fucking lapdog for years. Doing his bidding. Killing people, stealing things. Turns out, he lied to me the whole time. I'm not demon born. My father was an angel. And all the shit my mom said was true. And I'm regretting my choices. Wishing I could have made some different ones.
The light above you turns green.
That's all lies, by the way. Not a bit of that was true.
A bottle comes flying off the shelf and smacks into the wall behind you.
I don't think you should tempt fate, my guy.
Yeah, like I
road.
said, I make bad choices. That's my thing.
You're not the only one who had lies as they were growing up or figuring out who they were. My family. You know, the pure blood hoity toities. They definitely love that they're pure and hate anyone that's not. Especially one that's half. And got passed off as one of their own for quite a while. It's not. They don't appreciate being tricked and having their lies and bastardry running around still alive to taint their precious, pure family.
The light above you turns green.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all right by me, I guess. I ain't one to judge. Well, unless you're a kid or someone who always knows exactly what time it is.
It's 3:29 and 25 seconds.
Guys, stop.
Damn.
There are 2 more lights that are just on.
Well, as I said, I am one of a series of duplication spells gone wrong.
Finally, something I agree with.
You and me both. Several hundred years ago, the original me earned a reputation as something of a energy vampire by sucking the magical potential out of the peasants and such that lived in the area his family presided over. Revolts happened, went into hiding, got addicted to that type of magic, and decided that the best way to avoid the fallout was to simply clone himself and suck the life out of his clones. But sometimes that goes wrong, and the clone fights back. And then that happened about 16 more times. And now, me, I popped up, but for the first time didn't kill the previous me. And now he's running around somewhere, and I've been looking over my shoulder ever since.
The light turns green.
Didn't you say there was hundreds of you, though?
I mean, there's been hundreds, but the majority of them were too powerless to fight back. There's only 2 of us alive right now, as far as I know. Unless he is majorly messed up since the last time I encountered him. As
So
far
you're
as
a
I know,
clone.
Self again.
You're a clone and you're a twin. Points at Colt.
Colt kind of narrows his eyes at Erevan. I don't recall saying I was a twin.
I must have just takes a shot.
Must have read that in a MMA magazine somewhere.
But yeah, you're right. I was a twin. Um, sounds like some of y'all might be able to relate having siblings or clones or whatnot. Um, but it's another thing entirely when your twin is also the chosen one of your family. See, my family comes from a long line of witches, all of whom received their powers at 18 years old. The eldest child of the next generation receives the mantle of the family witch, and my sister, 6 seconds older than me, and never let me forget it. She was the family witch. She was the one who was catered to hand and foot, given all the best education and magic and other things. And I was kind of left to the wayside to do with it what I did. My family loved me. They took care of me. They provided for me, but they didn't really show it a whole lot. So I did my own thing. I put my anger and my frustration into my fighting and became really, really, really successful. I mean, really, really successful. I made a lot of money hitting people, and it was fun, and I loved it. And then, a year ago, my sister died. Y'all know what happened next. I fell down in the middle of a fight, lost my contracts, went into hiding because I couldn't bear to show my face anymore. And to top it all off, now I'm responsible for all the things that my sister was responsible for. And as much as I wanted all the things that she had when we were younger, I miss the hell out of her, and I do not want what she had.
The light turns green and the elevator dings.
So why didn't you just have someone bring her back to life?
I don't really make a habit of going around and talking about magic with people. So that's, I'm assuming why the road found me, because I was looking for a way to bring her back to life.
Out of game for you, your sister was actually taken out during like a magical battle. So it wasn't just that she died. It was that like whatever spell they like took her out with, like erased her entity. So it's not one of those things that you can just like
Right.
bring the body back. It's like magically gone.
That, what the
the
narrator
voice
said.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
The
Yes.
jukebox is talking.
There are lines you cannot come back from.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll figure out who took her from me, and I'll get my revenge one way or another.
I hope you do.
Okay.
Well, looks like our ride is here. Don't want to spend more time here than we need to, I don't suppose.
One for the road.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, Reginald will grab his cup and to emotional maturity and take a swig.
And this time, as you guys finish your drinks, they remain empty on the bar top.
Well, that's a hint. I get it.
Last
As
call.
we begin
Don't
to
have
make
to
our
go
way
home,
to
but we can't stay here.
as we begin to make our way to the elevator, Colt is going to wait for everyone to turn toward the elevator and start walking there, and he's going to take the piece of paper that he found in his envelope and fold it up and put it in his pocket.
Absolutely. And it is exactly where you left it before, as if by magic.
Would it be? Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Perfect.
I think Tuft, upon leaving, just goes, "Ah, sweet. I'm full of crazy people. Fantastic."
Tufts, as you step over the body of the boy that is still directly behind your chair, by the way, you see that he has that. It's a perfectly depicted Joker card, but the Joker is in your favorite suit, and he has rabbit ears, and it's like stuck on the chest of the boy.
Tuft picks back, grabs down and picks up the Joker of Spades and just licks it and puts it on top of his head, and then walks out with it.
And as we come to a close for the evening, I'm going to do the same thing that we did last time, because you guys are all going to file into the elevator. The doors are going to close. It's going to ding one more time, a little louder this time. And you guys are all faced with the mirror of this elevator once more. And this time, you know a little bit more than you did before. So as we kind of come to the end, what is going through everybody's head as you start to descend once again?
I think with Slate, she's gonna actually look at her reflection this time and kind of catch that just at the roots of her hair, her natural hair color is slowly growing back in from the dye that she uses to hide. And then seeing that, still not like fully, still in that fight or flight mode of just like still needing to hide, she'll flip her hood back up, turn and face everyone else, and like underneath her hood, mostly stare at Tufts and try and figure out what the fuck is their deal and just keep an eye out on them. Because they
He has a
know what's in
Joker
that card.
stuck to his forehead right now.
Yeah, and just be like, like slightly just be like, what? But like again, still with like a blank face to like everyone else, and like under her hood is like in like slight shade with her half cloak, still covering a small like lump on her back, but mostly keeping their eyes on Tuff. Because that card, I feel like, probably spooked her the most. Because in the place of truths and saying the real thing, that card let them lie.
Tuft looks
Aravan,
at you and just like winks and then keeps going.
but it's just in the mirror.
Yep, it's just the mirror.
Aravan sees the mirror and he sees everyone in the elevator, but he also sees another woman, the one who he got into a fight with a year ago that told him everything was a lie and set him down this path. And she's here with this group now, at least in the mirror. And it doesn't bode well for Aravan.
Reginald is once again looking into what previously, what now people realize is not actually his reflection. There's slight differences in his face and the face in the mirror. Reginald has a scar that the other one doesn't under like his eye. The other one, the tie is tied just slightly different, and he's contemplating this reflection of himself, or maybe he's the reflection of the other one, and contemplating now, knowing previously that he may not be here directly, but he's close, that a confrontation he's been trying to avoid for several years may be coming sooner than he hoped it would.
Colt looks at the faces of his new compatriots in the reflection, and he pauses on his own and sees those yellow eyes in the reflection that he saw before, and they burn brighter and hotter than they did before. And he reaches in his pocket, and we get like a shot of the inside of his pocket, and we see that folded up piece of paper from the card that he or from the envelope that he opened. And we also see the broken tip of a raven feather, and he begins fiddling with the tip of the raven feather in his pocket.
You hear inside Tuft's head, and it's just like do 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 do.
And we will
Providing
call...
your own elevator music.
Yeah, and we will call the session there. As you guys all start descending again in the elevator, one thing that does happen for everybody at the same time is you feel just a very slight weight in your pocket. And when you go to check before the doors open, you're going to find a coin that has the pentacle symbol from tarot on it. One for each of you. All right, guys, so we're going to call it there. And just as we say hi, stream, we are also going to say bye, stream.
Ice cream.
Bye, stream.